Hello, everyone. Goldie Hawn's confession at 79. He was the only one who could do that to me. Hit the world like a quiet earthquake. Because for a woman who spent her whole life radiating confidence, independence, laughter, and a kind of free-spirited magic that made millions fall in love with her charm, hearing her finally admit that there was one man who had a power over her no one else ever had, opened a completely new chapter in how people see her, her relationship, and her emotional truth. And to understand why this one sentence carries so much weight, you have to understand the kind of life Goldie lived. Decades of fame, pressures of Hollywood, past relationships that fell apart under the spotlight, and a public persona built on strength and self-reliance. So for her to finally say that someone reached a part of her no one else could, someone who could touch the version of Goldie Hawn beneath the glamour, beneath the laughter, beneath the public smile. That's not a simple confession. That's an emotional earthquake, revealing how deeply Kurt Russell affected her life, her heart, and her identity. And what's wild is that Goldie has always been private about the deeper layers of their relationship. Sure, people know the jokes, the chemistry, the headlines about them never getting married by choice. But what the world never truly saw was how much influence, grounding, and emotional safety Kurt gave her. And that's exactly why her admission matters now. Because at 79, she has no reason to exaggerate or sugarcoat anything. She's reflecting with honesty, wisdom, and a willingness to say what she wasn't ready to say before. And when she said only he could do that to me, she wasn't just talking about romantic chemistry or attraction. Although she has openly laughed about how incredible that connection always was, she was talking about something deeper, something nearly spiritual. The power someone has when they truly see you, accept you, challenge you, love you, and break down your walls without even trying. Because throughout her career, Goldie Hawn was always the strong one, the funny one, the bright one, the woman who uplifted and energized every room she walked into. But with Kurt, she didn't have to perform. She didn't have to be America's sweetheart. She could break down, be vulnerable, be afraid, be messy, be real. And that's what she meant when she said he was the only one who could do that to her. He could bring out her fire and her softness. He could challenge her and protect her. He could calm her and ignite her. He could frustrate her and comfort her. And no other man before him had ever had that emotional power. And when she talks about their life together, you hear this underlying truth. Kurt Russell didn't just become her partner. He became her anchor, her mirror, her equal. And in Hollywood, where relationships break faster than they begin, that kind of constant, unshakable connection is almost unheard of. And people forget that Goldie was already a superstar when she met him, already admired, already successful. She didn't need anyone. But that's what makes her confession so meaningful, because needing someone and trusting someone at that level was something she avoided for years, something she resisted, something she didn't think she was capable of anymore. Until Kurt. And when she says only he could do that, it could mean so many things. Only he could make her feel protected. Only he could make her feel safe enough to let her guard down. Only he could speak to her soul in a language she didn't realize she was waiting to hear. Only he could handle her strength without being intimidated by it. Only he could match her energy without dimming her light. Only he could love her children like they were his own. And only he could show her what real partnership looks like when it has no conditions, no contracts, no performative expectations. And at 79, when most people become nostalgic or regretful, Goldie instead became revealing, confessing not out of sorrow or longing, but out of clarity, finally acknowledging that in her entire life, among all the experiences, relationships, heartbreaks, successes, failures, and reinventions, There was one person who slipped past her defenses and reached her heart in a way no one else ever could. And the beauty of that confession is that it's not dramatic. It's not exaggerated. It's not some Hollywood fairy tale. It's the quiet truth of a woman who knows who she is, knows what she lived through, and knows that no matter what happened, no matter what challenges they faced, there was one man who consistently stood by her, understood her, accepted her, and influenced her deepest emotional world. People reacted so strongly because Goldie Hawn, a woman who never needed saving, never needed validation, never needed approval, admitted that she did need something, and she needed him. And in a world where relationships dissolve overnight, her confession reminds us that real connection, the kind that shapes you, steadies you, and holds on to you even when life tries to pull you away, is rare, precious, and worth celebrating. And maybe that's why she said it now, at this stage of her life. Because sometimes the truth becomes easier to say when you're old enough to understand its depth, wise enough to appreciate its rarity, and brave enough to finally admit that the strongest people are strong because someone loved them in a way no one else could. Thanks for watching.